Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We'll begin our program shortly. But before we begin, let me remind you all in the auditorium to wear your mask properly and continue wearing them throughout the program. May I also request you to put your phone on silent mode. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Namaste. Good morning to one and all. Suswagatam. I'm Dr. Vinod Gaikwad, First Secretary Culture, Consular and Education. On behalf of Embassy of India, Kuwait, I welcome you all to today's celebration of the 7th International Day of Yoga. A very warm welcome to Dr. Issa M. Al-Ansari, Assistant Secretary General of the Culture Sector, National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, State of Kuwait. Excellencies and diplomatic community from Kuwait, media community, office bearers of various Indian cultural associations in Kuwait, members of Indian Culture Network, and all friends of India in Kuwait. All members of the audience who have joined us on social media platforms of the embassy, such as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I welcome you all to today's special program. Yoga as a traditional Indian knowledge is indispensable for any seeker of holistic well-being and equanimity in life. Today we have a live demo of practice of common yoga protocol, so please stay tuned till the end of today's program. As you all know, Embassy inaugurated celebrations of 75 years of India's independence on 31st March 2021. Today's event is one of the many programs Embassy has been organizing to celebrate India's 75th and 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Kuwait. We'll begin today's program by singing our national anthem. I request you all to rise for the national anthem of India. Thank you, Kuwait Chamber Choral, for your soulful rendition of National Anthem of India. Now I would like to invite Ambassador of India to Kuwait, Sri C.B. George, along with Madam Joyce C.B., Dr. Isayam Al-Ansari, Assistant Secretary General of the Culture Sector, National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, State of Kuwait, Pravasi Bharati Sammani Awardee, Sri Rajpal Tyagi ji, Srimati Mona Al-Lafaz for lighting the lamp ceremony. Thank you, everyone. May I now request His Excellency Sri C.B. George, Ambassador of India to Kuwait, to deliver his inaugural remarks.
Seven page. Okay. Good morning, everybody. His Excellency Dr. Isa M. Al-Ansari, Assistant Secretary General of NCCAL, Excellencies, ambassadors who have joined virtually, and my diplomatic colleagues, Sri Rajpal Tyagi ji, members of the Indian community, distinguished guests from India and Kuwait, office bearers of various Indian associations in Kuwait, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Congratulations to all on the occasion of the 7th International Day of Yoga. Also greetings on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Kuwait. I begin by thanking His Highness Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Amir of the State of Kuwait, and His Highness Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Crown Prince of the State of Kuwait, for hosting the large Indian community in Kuwait, and for their leadership in strengthening the bilateral relations between our two countries. I would also like to express my gratitude to the government and the people of the state of Kuwait for the personal care and support extended to the Indian community during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let me tell you a story from ancient history of India. We all heard about Alexander. Some call him Alexander the Macedonian, some call him Alexander the Great, and I mention him as Alexander. After having crossed Persia, he came to India, met a sage on the banks of river Indus under a peepal tree, who Alexander referred to as a wise man in his Greek language. The sage sat on a rock with eyes closed and in complete peace, experiencing the transformative shift which refreshes our body, mind, and spirit. Our curious Alexander asked the saint what he was doing, and the sage replied, experiencing nothingness. In fact, he was in deep meditation. The sage asked Alexander what he was doing. Alexander replied, I am conquering the world. Both laughed. For Alexander, the sage was wasting his one and only life. For the sage, Alexander was wasting his time trying to conquer a world that has no limits, with a sense of urgency that made no sense when one lives infinite lives. When we look back today, after a few thousand years, one thing we know for sure, that the empire that Alexander built collapsed within a few years or a few decades after his death. But the Indian spirituality that the sage was experiencing, the yoga that the saint was practicing, continues to attract the world towards India, continues to serve the world for good, a festival that we celebrate all across the world today and every day. This festival of yoga is all the more important when we face the biggest challenge of our generation and perhaps several generations to come in the form of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. Dear friends, we all agree that COVID-19 has underscored the importance of collective action, nationally and internationally. No single country around the world has been immune to this deadly pandemic. And in a highly interconnected, globalized world that we now live in, we cannot isolate ourselves either. So it is imperative that we join hands together to defeat this pandemic. And that is what most of the countries are trying to do today. What we need today are all-encompassing solutions for the entire humanity, which can be applied universally to deal with both the immediate need to protect ourselves through vaccinations and also through the longer-term need of holistic health management. I am glad to say that we have global solutions to address both of these needs. The first of the solution is indeed vaccines, which are already being administered around the world. I am happy to note that in India, as the pharmacy of the world, we have been in the forefront of the vaccine development, production, and its supply to many countries around the world. I'm happy to know that COVID situation in India is improving rapidly. We are on the steady path to recovery. Today, the recovery rate is 96.03%, with a daily positivity rate of less than 3.4%, which is a major achievement. We have given 269 million doses of vaccine till date, 269 million doses. The second global solution that we have today, which addresses the measures of holistic health management. The fight against COVID-19 is not just physical. The pandemic has also left lasting impacts on mental health, with many left in psychological suffering, depression, and anxiety dealing with the pandemic-necessitated restrictions and loss. There is no better remedy than yoga to deal with this aspect of the pandemic. That is where our yoga comes to picture, and quite prominently so. Let me quote from the statement issued by the United Nations on the importance of yoga. I quote, "A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant role in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying their fears and anxiety, unquote. Dear friends, yoga truly belongs to the world. It was in this environment of ancient India that the secrets of a harmonious way of living, in sync with nature, focusing on balance and alignment of body and mind, was painstakingly discovered by sages all after long years of inquiry, patience, and penance. Yoga has a home in India, and you all know this home is always open to all, and hence, very rightly, the tenets of yoga spread far and wide. Often it has become part of learnings of different diverse systems of knowledge in various parts of the world, under various religions, languages, or beliefs. Yogic learnings have inspired so many and overtly or subconsciously guided in the pursuit of various systems of knowledge such as physics, biology, medicine, psychology, various forms of art and music. Dear friends, almost a month ago in May 2021, we had set up the Ayush Information Cell in the embassy here and also organized the curtain raiser for the celebrations of the International Day of Yoga. I am sure that many of you were present on the occasion. I am quite delighted to inform you that over the past month, in a run-up to today's event, we have organized a number of events to celebrate yoga with all our dear friends in Kuwait. We had the quiz competition, the yoga with family photo contest, a drawing competition, and a series of daily posts on yoga from various practitioners of yoga. I would like to thank all the yoga organizations in Kuwait for partnering with us in executing many of these promotional activities. I would also like to thank all the yoga enthusiasts who have actively participated in these events. My special thanks to Kuwait Chamber of Choral, the members of which has always been ready to join us to sing our national anthem and our patriotic songs. They bring energy, positive energy to any gathering where they are present. I am happy that we could have them today among us. I am so pleased to inform you that there was a tremendous response and enthusiasm from people from all walks of life here in Kuwait to join in celebrating yoga, which has become what I would call a universal public good with only positive externalities for every society and every country. It is the innate power of yoga to connect people and societies. It transcends boundaries and brings everyone together. Yoga in its true essence is a unifying force. No wonder that the United Nations unanimously adopted 21st June as the International Day of Yoga. On 7 November 2014, when the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution to celebrate 21st June, the day of the summer solstice, as International Day of Yoga every year. It was proposed by India, but was supported, co-sponsored by overwhelming 177 countries of the world. The state of Kuwait, naturally, was one of the co-sponsors. It has been 7 years since that day, and the spread of yoga continues unabated. Dear friends, on this important occasion, when we celebrate the 7th anniversary of this historic day, let us embrace yoga wholeheartedly to ensure that everyone has a healthy lifestyle. Yoga is much more than just a healthy regime. It is a way of leading a fuller life. I am no expert on yogic way of life, but I can tell you from my own personal experience that yoga has a transcendental impact on individuals and societies in more than one way. Just to recount a few, I would like to share the following thoughts with you. Yoga heals. Yoga inspires. Yoga transforms. Yoga connects. To sum up, yoga rekindles life. It is as we step into the yoga mats, leaving behind the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and quietly try to find peace from within, a breath at a time, we gain this sense of calm in ourselves. We gradually undergo a transformative shift which refreshes our body, our mind, and our spirit. Yoga is truth beyond articulation, wisdom beyond time. Dear friends, we have received special video messages today on this special occasion from a number of renowned yoga gurus residing in different parts of the world. We have messages from Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankarji, we have message from Mata Amritanandamai, and a very important personalities across the globe. We have done a short compilation of these messages and we will be showing during the course of today's event. We thank all those who have sent their good wishes to us. We have also blessed by the remarks of His Excellency Sri Kiren Rijiju, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Youth and Affairs, and Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Minister for his message and the kind of support he extended to the embassy. I also take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Ayush and Indian Council of Cultural Relations for their support to the embassy and its various promotional activities. I would like to thank the National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, State of Kuwait, for partnering with us on this occasion and also on the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between our two countries. This is an important occasion and we jointly celebrate it. You would recall that during the visit of Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. J. Shankar, last week, he jointly launched the 60th anniversary of celebrations for the 60th anniversary with His Excellency, the Foreign Minister of Kuwait. I am happy to announce the launch of a special edition of Ayush Bulletin with particular emphasis on yoga, which is the theme of this month. It is a bilingual publication, English and Arabic, which is entirely an in-house effort. I encourage all of you to make use of this extremely informative publication. I congratulate the Cultural Division of the Embassy, which is led by my colleague, Dr. Vinod Gaikwad, First Secretary, for bringing out this special edition at this opportune time. Every moment of preparation for this event, I could feel the personal attachment Dr. Gaikwad has towards yoga and Ayurveda. One of my dreams for the celebrations of the 60th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations is to make yoga and Ayurveda reach every family in Kuwait. Let the message of yoga for wellness reach every corner of the state of Kuwait and the Gulf and the world. Finally, I must admit that it is truly beautiful to see so many gather here in solidarity for yoga. I thank Excellencies, my ambassador colleagues, and diplomat friends in Kuwait who are present virtually with us. I am happy to see so many of our friends from Kuwait who have joined us in these celebrations and today's program, including through live program in various studios, schools, and companies. As we all take a moment to pause and reflect, I would like to spread a message of optimism to all our friends in Kuwait in these most difficult times when we are facing the challenge of COVID-19 pandemic. I hope all of you will cherish this day and hold it close to your hearts today and for years to come. I would like to conclude by quoting the words of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who said, and I quote, "The way to lead a calm, creative, and content life is yoga. It can show the way in defeating tensions and mindless anxiety. Instead of dividing, yoga unites. Instead of furthering animosity, yoga assimilates. Instead of increasing suffering, yoga heals." Unquote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful remarks highlighting the rich heritage of India and universal message of yoga. Now, we'll see the message of Shri Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister of State for Ayush, Youth Affairs and Sports, Independent Charge, and MOS Minority Affairs. He will address us soon.
Ambassador of India to Kuwait, Sri C.B. George, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from India to all of you on the special occasion, celebration of 7th International Day of Yoga, organized by Embassy of India, Kuwait, and the Indian Cultural Network. I'm very happy that the Indian diaspora and friends of India in Kuwait are participating in today's program in large numbers. Our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji's appeal in 2014 to the communities across the world to embrace yoga was indeed a bold and visionary step. Today, the International Day of Yoga has become a mass movement across the nations of the world. In these troubled times, when most of us are confined to our respective homes, where this confinement is leading to anxiety, stress, and related complications, there is no other activity that can be more beneficial than yoga to mitigate these challenges. Further, as experts keep reminding us, regular practice of yoga improves general health, immunity, and serves as a preventive measures against the pandemic. India and Kuwait have a historic relationship which can be traced back to several centuries. Over the years, this relationship has grown into a mutual beneficial, long-standing, dynamic partnership. India and Kuwait have stood shoulder to shoulder in our joint fight against COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to tell our friends in Kuwait that the air and sea bridge for oxygen supply between Kuwait and India saved many lives during the second wave of COVID-19 in India. Earlier, when the first wave of COVID-19 hit us all, a medical team from India landed in Kuwait to assist and to fight against COVID-19 in April 2020. The extended duration, the pandemic has helped our nation strengthen bonds of mutual care and camaraderie. In this coming year, I wish and pray for better health and happiness for each one of you. The collective energy when we inhale and exhale in unison, when we stretch together and reach out to the nature around us in harmony and balance, I'm sure that this collective energy will bring an improved sense of well-being for all of us. I pray for the power of yoga to benefit each one of you and propel you further in the journey of self-discovery and collective fulfillment. Thank you.
On
Ambassador of
On 7th November 2014, when the United Nations General Assembly adopted the resolution to celebrate 21st June, the day of summer solstice, as International Day of Yoga every year, it was proposed by India but was co-sponsored by an overwhelming number of 177 countries of the world. The state of Kuwait naturally was one of the co-sponsors. May I now invite today's guest of honor, Dr. Issa M. Al-Ansari, Assistant Secretary General of the Culture Sector, National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, and Government of State of Kuwait, to deliver his remarks. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, all. Mr. Kiren Rijiju, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sport, His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, Ambassador of the Republic of India in the State of Kuwait, our great friend, all the friends here today, on behalf of the National Council for the Culture, Arts and Letters, and on behalf of His Excellency and Secretary of General I'm pleased to welcome you all and to participate in the global occasion. We thank you for your kind invitation and appreciate your interest and delegation celebration on the International Day of Yoga, held on June 18 on every day and in its 7th year in 2021. It's an important day for the world values and it means a lot in the human concept and interessant for spreading love, peace, and patient leads of human vitality. We thank the Indian culture for celebrating this noble spiritual sport to the world and hope that it will always be a source of peace, humanity, and friendship in our lives. On this content occasion, we appreciate and thank a culture that it's rich on concept and general benefits. We sincerely wish success to achieve the goals and benefits of yoga in Kuwait and everywhere around the world. Best regards and blessing. Thank you all.
Thank you, Excellency, for your remarks. May I request Ambassador Shri C.B. George to come to the dais along with Dr. Issa M. Al-Ansari. In January 2021, Ministry of External Affairs organized a quiz competition, Bharat Ko Janiye, in which thousands of people participated from Kuwait. I'm happy to announce that Shri Sherin Thomas Baby from Kuwait won the silver medal in this competition. He was supposed to. Mr. Sherin Thomas Baby. May I request Ambassador C.B. George and His Excellency Dr. Issa Al-Ansari to present a silver medal and a certificate to Shri Sherin Thomas Baby. Yeah, sir. Bharat Ko Janiye is a global competition held every year by Ministry of External Affairs in which millions of people participated. From Kuwait also almost more than 1,000 people participated and Mr. Sherin Thomas Baby won the silver medal.
And here we have a certificate signed by the Foreign Secretary of India.
A certificate signed by the Foreign Secretary of India is being presented to Mr. Sherin Thomas Baby. I encourage all of you to participate in next year's quiz.
We are planning a youth group. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I request Sir and His Excellency Dr. Issa to remain on the stage. May I now invite Srimati Mona Al-Arfaz and presenters of Live Common Yoga Protocol to come on the stage. As you all know, the Embassy inaugurated Ayush Information Cell and brought out the first edition of Ayush Bulletin on 21st May 2021. On the special occasion of today, International Day of Yoga, Ayush Information Cell of the Embassy has brought out a special edition of Ayush Bulletin focused on yoga in association with Indian Cultural Network of Kuwait. May I request you to release special edition of Ayush Bulletin on this occasion. Shri Kautilya Sharma and his startup News or Chai Media has assisted us in this initiative. I'm sure this bulletin will serve the purpose of bringing all the necessary information required by our Kuwaiti friends, the abundant wellness tourism opportunities which India has to offer post-COVID. Please open it. A special edition has been brought out in English as well as in Arabic. इसको ले लीजिए. Thank you, everyone. Sir, please. Thank you. As Ambassador C.B. George mentioned in his speech, curtain raiser, excuse me. As Ambassador C.B. George mentioned in his speech, a curtain raiser of IDY 2021 was organized by the Embassy on 21st May 2021. In the last 1 month, Embassy did organize a lot of activities. We organized 5 competitions, essay writing, drawing, photo, video blogging, and live quiz, which happened on 16 June 2021. All these competitions received huge response. Winners of these competitions will be announced soon, and prizes will be given in a separate program in due course of time. Now we'll move on to the next part of our today's program. In last 1 month, many yoga associations came together and organized various programs in Kuwait in association with Ayush Information Cell of the Embassy. We have received congratulatory video messages from various prominent personalities involved in promotion of yoga worldwide, congratulating Embassy on the occasion of International Day of Yoga. Let's watch the first video by Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankarji.
Namaste and greetings to everyone on this International Yoga Day. Let me take this moment to appreciate the efforts taken by the Indian Embassy of Kuwait and His Excellency C.B. George for making it possible for the citizens of Kuwait to become more aware of yoga and its benefits. And you know, yoga has multiple benefits. It can make our life so much better than what we could even imagine. It can make our body strong. It brings focus to the mind, especially for students. They will simply love it, and because study becomes an effortless process for them then. You don't need to struggle, but your memory becomes sharper, your intellect becomes really brilliant, and overall, our energy becomes very positive. Today, in this situation of pandemic around the world where mental health is the biggest challenge, depression, anxiety, fear, then these negative emotions are taking over the human life. Yoga is a boon. Yoga is the gift to humanity. It can help us to sail over these tough times. So, without any prejudice, we must practice yoga. It doesn't in any way interfere with one's belief system. Like if you are eating a burger, it doesn't interfere with your religion. If you are driving a car, whatever brand car it is, it doesn't interfere with your faith. So yoga does not interfere your faith. If at all, it can only make your faith more stronger. So we have to see yoga as a science of well-being. Yoga can improve our relationship with people, our behavior with people. So it has behavioral science, it has mental science. It makes our emotions very stable and our intuitive ability very strong. For every businessman, you need intuitive ability and entrepreneurship. I tell you, yoga can provide that. So, all in all, yoga is such a boon or gift to mankind that nobody should be deprived of it. Because everyone has right to peace. Everybody has right to be in deep love. And everyone has the right to be healthy. Everyone has right to be at peace. And everyone has the right to access to the ocean of love that we are. So, once again, let us all celebrate this Yoga Day, observing our COVID protocol, keeping the social distance. You can do it at home or in small groups as norms of your city allows you. But make sure that let this goodness of yoga reach to every doorstep. Let everyone be healthy. Let everyone be happy. Let's celebrate our presence on this planet. You know, harmony in diversity. We're all different. We are different people with different languages, with different attitudes, with different likes and dislikes. But one thing that can bind us all, that is human values. And yoga is the best tool for us to blossom in human values. It can help us to get rid of stress, physical fatigue, emotional turbulence, and will bring mental clarity. Let me also congratulate all the yoga teachers. It is your day, and you have been striving so hard to bring the goodness of yoga to general population. Continue doing it and let more and more people become teachers of yoga and share their wisdom, their goodness with everybody else. Let's all together create a stress-free society, a happy society. All the best to every one of you.
Thank you. Before we move on to the next message, I would like to welcome Sheikha Al Faraz to today's program, who has joined us today physically in the auditorium. Thank you. And Sister Arunaji also. Thank you. The next video message is by Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Please come, please come. Please come. Yeah, of course, please.
Representing how long?
2 minutes.
Okay. So we can have 2 minutes, 2 minutes? So he said 2 minutes, 2 minutes for each. So we say in the beginning, Salam Alaikum and Om Shanti, which is the greeting of the spiritual greetings for the souls, as we recognize it in Harmony House, or we call it the Raja Yoga knowledge. And first of all, very thankful for the Indian Embassy and giving us the floor to come here and have the share. And the statement of the ambassador and Mr. Isa and Ravi Shankar on how to spread this peace, the love and happiness among all of us. We should start as an example, and then that ripples to others. So I really believe in the Indian yoga, starting from Hatha Yoga or the Silence Yoga or the Alexander Yoga in India. And it's really a way to heal, the way to unite. And the first union is with ourselves. The second union is with the people around. And of course, when we have power with our Supreme God, to bring the union with Him, and we can take the power from the divine. Yes, I believe that it starts from India, from Bharat, and I personally, as a Kuwaiti citizen, born in Kuwait, but was searching for quality of living, let's say, quality of being moral and righteousness, living among this challenging life, very, very difficult life. But I embarked and found it in India with Raja Yoga, and which is represented by the School of Brahma Kumaris, or University of Brahma Kumaris in India. When I got the knowledge, and of course there are many teachers like Aruna Ladva and Wajiha and many of the dadis, we call them. It was a big transformation for me, in reality, not only on a mental level, but on my daily life level. in starting from home, starting from my work, as he was Ravi Shankar saying, and the business level even improved because yoga helped me a lot to stable myself and then think better and then decide better, and the product is always much better. So very thankful for India. And we brought that to Kuwait. We have a very small center in Kuwait. It's called Harmony House. You are all welcome to it. And of course, it's a free of charge services. It's led by Aruna Ladva, and we are together. So thank you again, and Om Shanti.
So Om Shanti, everyone, and a very good morning. Thank you. I think this was a bit impromptu, but thank you to His Excellency the Ambassador, and thank you, Mr. Isa. Thank you, everyone, for giving us this moment. So in this moment, I would just like to share that, yes, we also practice Raja Yoga, meditation, although we don't practice physical postures. But I would say that we practice postures of the mind. So just as when we practice physical postures, they give us flexibility, adaptability, movement. So in the same way, in our mind, we are flexing the muscles of the mind. So how tolerant are we in situations? How peaceful can we stay amidst the chaos? How patient can we remain? So these are all muscles of the mind, and the way to do that is to deep breathe. So deep breathing for the soul is right thoughts, breathing in just goodness, peace, love, kindness, and exhaling all the stress and tension. So just think that if you are breathing with the soul, what are you breathing in? What are you taking in? What is the soul taking in every moment? So of course, if I take in negativity, then that's what I'm downloading as an app, right, in the brain. And so whatever apps you have running, they will not only consume your battery, but those are the apps that you will use at the time of need. So be careful which apps you are downloading into the soul. Only take in goodness. There's always something positive that's happening behind everything in your life. And we just have to stop and see. And that's why we have yoga, we have meditation. So that we can just, sit, observe, and then take the best from that. So anyway, it's not a time for lecture, but thank you so much. Once again, thank you, everybody. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Now moving on, we will have a video message by Mata Amritanandamayi Devi.
നമ്മുടെ ആരോഗ്യ സംരക്ഷണത്തിനും മാനസികവും ബുദ്ധിപരമായ കഴിവുകളുടെ വികാസത്തിനും യോഗ ഏറ്റവും നല്ലതാണെന്ന് ഒട്ടുമിക്ക രാജ്യങ്ങളും അംഗീകരിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു. ആയുർവേദത്തെ പോലെ യോഗയും പുരാതന ഭാരതത്തിലെ ഋഷിമാരിൽ നിന്നും ലോകത്തിന് ലഭിച്ച അമൂല്യമായ വരദാനമാണ്. യോഗ എന്ന വാക്കിനർത്ഥം യോജിപ്പിക്കൽ അല്ലെ കൂടിച്ചേരൽ എന്നാണ്. ശരീരത്തെയും പ്രാണനെയും മനസ്സിനെയും ആത്മചൈതന്യത്തെയും എല്ലാം വേണ്ടവണ്ണം സംയോജിപ്പിക്കലാണ് യോഗ. ശരീരത്തെ നിയന്ത്രിച്ചാൽ പ്രാണനെ നമുക്ക് നിയന്ത്രിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. പ്രാണനെ നിയന്ത്രിച്ചാൽ മനസ്സിനെ നമുക്ക് നിയന്ത്രിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. മനസ്സിനെ നിയന്ത്രിച്ചാൽ ആത്മസാക്ഷാത്കാരത്തിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് ഉയരാം. പൂർണ്ണത നേടാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല എങ്കിൽ പോലും നിത്യജീവിതത്തിൽ യോഗയ്ക്ക് വലിയ സ്ഥാനമാണുള്ളത്. ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം മനുഷ്യൻ്റെ ആരോഗ്യ സംരക്ഷണത്തിന് അത് വളരെ സഹായിക്കും എന്നതാണ്. എല്ലാ അവയവങ്ങളുടെയും ഗ്രന്ഥികളുടെയും നാഡികളുടെയും ശുദ്ധീകരണത്തിനും പ്രവർത്തനക്ഷമതയ്ക്കും യോഗ ഉപകരിക്കുന്നു. യോഗ 1-2 മണിക്കൂർ നേരത്തേക്കുള്ള വ്യായാമമുറ മാത്രമല്ല, അത് ധാർമ്മിക മൂല്യങ്ങൾ കൂടി സ്ഥാനമുള്ള സമഗ്ര സാധനയാണ്. ലോകജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ വിജയത്തിനും ആത്മീയ ഉന്നതിക്കും ഒരേപോലെ സഹായമാണ് യോഗ. ഏത് ആധ്യാത്മിക മാർഗമായാലും അവയ്ക്കെല്ലാം യോഗ സഹായകമാണ്. ഏത് ദേശത്തായാലും മനുഷ്യപ്രകൃതിക്ക് കാര്യമായ വ്യത്യാസമില്ലാത്തതിനാൽ ജാതി മത വ്യത്യാസമില്ലാതെ ഏവർക്കും യോഗ സ്വീകരിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. പ്രാചീന ഭാരതത്തിലെ ഋഷിവര്യന്മാർ മനുഷ്യരാശിക്ക് നൽകിയ ഈ അമൂല്യ സമ്പത്ത് വേണ്ടവിധം പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുത്താൻ നമുക്ക് കഴിയട്ടെ.
Thank you. The next message is by Dr. H.R. Nagendra, Chancellor of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Sanstana University, Bangalore.
My dear brothers and sisters, I am immensely happy to know that the Embassy of India, Kuwait, is celebrating the International Day of Yoga on 18th June from 10 a.m. Kuwait time. The Ayush Information Cell of the Embassy of India is also bringing out a special edition of Ayush Bulletin on the occasion of IDY 2021. The theme, as rightly said, is Be with Yoga, Be at Home. Indian Embassy in Kuwait is celebrating Yoga Day virtually on 10 a.m. and large number of yoga enthusiasts will be joining this online program to celebrate this beautiful occasion. I congratulate particularly the Ambassador, His Highness C.B. George, and the entire team at the Indian Embassy and the vibrant yoga community in Kuwait for organizing a successful International Day of Yoga. I am sure that you all will practice the common yoga protocol that have been developed by the Ministry of Ayush for all these days. And after that 45 minutes of yoga protocol, you can do various other programs that you like. As you know, yoga is a science of holistic living. It is not merely asana or merely pranayama. It's a way of life for a health, peace, wealth and growth continuously. In these difficult days of COVID, it is very, very necessary that we should all practice this on a regular basis and a daily basis so that the immune system will get strengthened, will become healthy, will be full of energy to ward off any virus that can come here. Today it can be the alpha version of the corona or the delta version, or the third we may have another version, but our immune system is strong enough to ward off all these things because our WBC is in billions and is 100 times bigger than the coronavirus, and therefore it can easily ward off. And we also have border security forces in the nose area, NK cells, which also can clear up the whole thing. And Brahmari Pranayam is a wonderful tool to increase this nitrous oxide which can clear up the virus. So I wish all of you the best of health, best of growth and happiness, and see that we completely bring down the coronavirus to normalcy there. Namaskar, Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much. The next message is by Shri Kamlesh Patel of Heartfulness, affectionately known as Daji.
Namaste ji. Greetings from India. At the outset, we would like to thank His Excellency, the Ambassador of India to Kuwait, Sri C.B. George, and the entire team at the Indian Embassy for their continuous support in promoting yoga and meditation. I would like to also wish the Embassy, the vibrant yoga community, and Heartfulness team in Kuwait for organizing a successful International Day of Yoga. I wish to thank the other embassies and consulates in the MENA region for the support they always provide to Heartfulness initiatives. Yoga for Unity is the theme with which Heartfulness have been coordinating a global effort of yoga institutions in a 100-day period culminating on the 21st June 2021. This being the International Day of Yoga. I am glad to note that Kuwait has been a forerunner from 2015 Yoga Day in bringing various global groups under one umbrella to showcase yoga and meditation. I wish you stay safe at home, be with yoga and be at home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we move on to the last video message by Sister Jayanti from Brahma Kumaris, I would like to tell you that after this message, we will have a live demonstration of common yoga protocol created by Ministry of Ayush. But at the same time, I would like to emphasize that today, given the COVID situation, we cannot have the large gatherings. So thousands of people are practicing yoga with us today at this moment throughout Kuwait. And in small numbers, we will glance through all these groups during our live demo session. Eventually, we will come to that. Before that, I would like to show you the video message by Sister Jayanti from Brahma Kumaris.
Shanti, a greeting of peace to all my sisters and brothers, and a very big thank you to the Indian government for having created this program that was accepted at the UN some years ago, the International Yoga Day. It has brought benefit to multi-thousands across the world. And my special thanks to the Indian Embassy in Kuwait for organizing this particular event to give benefit to everybody. And of course, yoga has become a household word. It's become something that everybody understands, or at least they think they do, because most times they associate it with the physical exercises and the postures, which are fabulous, great for good health and well-being. But there is another dimension that Prime Minister Modi had spoken about at the United Nations, and that had been the side of well-being on the inner level. And of course, Raj Yoga, yoga, the union with the sovereign, the supreme, and the one above, the divine, the being of light. When we have yoga, union, connection with that one, yes, then truly our lives can be transformed because our hearts are opened and filled with divine love. Our minds come to a point of peace and comfort, and our intellects are filled with divine wisdom, and our sanskaras, our personality traits, again are purified and uplifted. And so what more could we want in human life? So yoga actually offers us absolutely everything we could need in our human life, especially at this time of great distress. And so when we turn our attention inwards and connect upwards, we are able to draw from the source all the gifts that the Supreme wishes to give us. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Now we will have a live demonstration with narration of a common yoga protocol by yoga practitioners in Kuwait.
This is a demonstration of selected asanas and pranayamas from the common yoga protocol developed by Ministry of Ayush. Sit comfortably in any meditative posture. Be aware of your breath, inhalations and exhalations, inhalations and exhalations. Adopt Namaskar Mudra. Stand up on the mat and prepare yourself for loosening practices. Chalana Kriyas. Stand with feet 2 or 3 inches apart. Keep your hands on the waist. Start doing neck bending. Bend front. Inhale and lift your head up. Come back to neutral position. Drop your hands. Let's proceed to shoulder movements. Shoulder stretching. While inhaling, raise both your arms sideways above your head. Exhale and bring it down in the same manner. Next, we shall do shoulder rotations or skandha chakras. Bend your elbows and place your fingers on your shoulder. Now start rotating in forward direction. Now backward direction. Drop your hands. Trunk movements. Kati Shakti Vikasa. Keep the legs little bit more apart. Raise both palms facing each other. Rotate towards the right side. Exhale. Come to the front. Rotate to the left. Exhale. Inhale and come to the front. Drop your hands. Now let's move on to knee movements. Lift your arms up to the shoulder level. Palms facing downwards. Exhale and bend the knees. Body to semi-squatting position. Inhale and come up. Drop your hands. Let's prepare ourselves for standing yogasanas. First one is Tadasana, Sthiti. Tadasana or palm tree posture. Lift your both arms up, interlace your fingers. Inhale. Lift your heels up. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Drop your heels down. Drop your arms by the side. Padahastasana. Inhale and lift your both hands up. Exhale and bend forward. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and come up. Drop your hands by the side. Ardha Chakrasana or half wheel posture. Bring your hands and support your lower back. Arch backward. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and come up. Drop your hands. Now let's proceed to Trikonasana or triangle posture. Lift your both hands up. Let's do it to the right side. Turn your right foot to the right side. Bend. Look up. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Come up. Drop your hands. Let's do to the left side. Lift your both hands up. Turn your foot to the left side. Bend. Look up. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Come up. Drop your hands. Bring your legs together. Prepare yourself for sitting asanas. Come to Visramasana. Come to Sthiti Dandasana. Slowly come to Vajrasana. Next asana is Ushtrasana. Come to kneeling posture. Ardha Ushtrasana or half camel posture. Support your lower back. Bend backwards. Inhale. Normal breathing, stay. Come up. Drop your hands. Sit in Vajrasana. Prepare yourself for Shashankasana. Inhale, lift your both hands up. Exhale and bend forward. Chin down, look forward. Normal breathing, inhalations and exhalation. Excellent relaxation posture. Inhale and come back to Vajrasana. Next one is Uttana Mandukasana or stretched frog posture. Raise your right arm, fold it from elbow and take it backwards and touch it on the left shoulder. Now fold the left arm and place the palm to the right shoulder blade. Maintain this position. This is an excellent asana to increase your lung capacities. Normal breathing, inhalations and exhalations. Release your left hand, then your right hand. Now gently prepare yourself for prone lying asanas. Lie on your tummy and relax in Makarasana or crocodile posture. Another beautiful relaxation posture. Now prepare yourself for Bhujankasana, Sthiti. Bring your both legs together, hands stretch forward. Now bring your hands and places just beside your body so that the palm reaches near the lower ribs. Try to inhale and slowly lift the head and chest up to the navel region. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Gently come down. Relax again in Makarasana for a while. Now prepare yourself for supine postures. Gently lie on your back. Relax in Shavasana. Mentally prepare yourself for doing next asana, Sedu Bandhasana or bridge posture, Sthiti. Bring your both legs together, hands by the side of your body. Gently bend your both knees. Hold your ankles. Inhale and lift your lower back up. Bridge posture, stay. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and slowly bring it back. Relax and lie down again in Shavasana. Mentally prepare yourself for the next asana, Uttana Padasana or raised feet posture, Sthiti. Legs together, feet together. Now gently raise your both legs up 45 degrees. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Bring it down. Relax in Shavasana. Prepare yourself for the next asana, Pavana Muktasana, Sthiti. Bring both legs together, hands together. Bend your knees and bring both knees towards the chest. Interlock the fingers, hug it, clasp the shin below the knees. Exhale, raise your head till your chin touches the knees. Relax and stay for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring the head back to the ground. While exhaling, bring the legs back to the floor and rest in Shavasana. Now gently come to any sitting posture. Keep your eyes closed and relax the whole body. Prepare yourself for cleansing practice or Kriya, Kapala Bhati. This is to inhale deeply through both nostrils, expand the chest and expel the breath with forceful contraction of the abdominal muscles and inhale passively. Let's start. Stop. Feel the Kevala Kumpaka or normal cessation of breathing. Now let's proceed to Pranayama. Nadi Shodhana or Anulom Vilom Pranayama or alternate nostril breathing. Sit in any comfortable posture. Keep the spine, head straight with eyes closed. Relax the body with few deep breaths. Adopt Nasika Mudra with the right hand. Close the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale again through the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. This makes one round. Let's continue for another 2 more rounds. Gently drop your hands down. Sit in any comfortable position. Now prepare yourself for Bhramari Pranayama. That means making sound of a humming bee. Adopt Shanmukhi Mudra. Close your ears, eyes, nose and mouth. Inhale through both nostrils and exhale. 2 more rounds. Gently drop your hands. Now the most important part of the common yoga protocol, dhyana. Sit in any comfortable meditative posture. Adopt jnana mudra. Be aware of your breath, natural inhalations and exhalation. Your spine erect, shoulders relax. Eyes gently closed. Now keep a gentle focus in between your eyebrows. Focus. Gently be aware of your breath. Come back to your conscious body. Adopt Namaskar Mudra. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for this lively demonstration. So many groups joined virtually. We could not show all of them groups on the screen. And special thank you to all those who practice at home. Thank you so much. Moving to the last part of the program, we'll have now the patriotic songs by Kuwait Chamber Choral. Please welcome them with a big applause.
हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा से रिश्ते जहां हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में मेल रखना मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में मेल रखना हिंदी है हम हिंदी है हम हिंदी है हम वतन है हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा बुलबुले हैं इसकी ये गुलसितां हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा
ठीक करो. Thank you for this enchanting, soulful rendition of patriotic songs by Kuwait Chamber Choral. With this, we come to the end of the program. But before I extend my formal vote of thanks, I would like to show you some images from the schools and families who have done yoga at home. These are the photographs of those families who have been practicing since last 1 month regularly at homes. We are grateful to the whole Indian community and Friends of India in Kuwait who participated in this movement of making yoga popular here in Kuwait. Thank you. On behalf of Embassy of India, Kuwait, let me now take this opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you. Firstly, I extend my gratitude to Honorable Minister of State Ayush Shri Kiran Rijiju for joining us today. Thank you, team of Ministry of Ayush and ICCR for your support. My special thanks to Dr. Isayam Alansari, Assistant Secretary General of the Culture Sector, National Council for Culture, Arts and Letters, to come to the dais and for delivering his remarks and being present here today. Thanks to all of you who have assembled here in the auditorium despite the challenges of the pandemic. I thank all the Indian associations who have enthusiastically participated in various programs throughout last month. We will continue to look forward to your participation in Embassy's programs in the future also. Many thanks to all the media persons, teachers, students who are virtually present with us today. Thank you to everyone who joined us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I thank His Excellency Ambassador C.B. George sir for this concept and guidance throughout the program. I'm also thankful to all my colleagues from the Embassy for their assistance and enthusiastic participation. Once again, thank you everyone. Jai Hind.